Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are fine and safe at home. My dear children, let's continue the chapter Poverty with the next topic, Poverty as seen by social scientists. Children, I explained you who are poor, what is poverty, the definition of poverty. I explained you these concepts in the previous lecture. So now, how social scientists see poverty with a different vision. Since poverty has many faces, social scientists look at it through a variety of indicators. Actually, there are two indicators of poverty, means how poverty can be measured. It is based on the income and consumption expenditure by the consumers or the income of the consumers. Poverty depends upon it. But there are certain other indicators also which scientists keeps in mind. Now, what are those other social indicators? You can underline these points. That is illiteracy level, lack of general resistance due to malnutrition. It means malnutrition problem होने की वजह से भी poverty arise हो सकती है. लोगों का पढ़ा लिखा ना होना भी. Lack of access to health care due to lack of proper medical facilities is also the cause of poverty. Lack of job opportunities, because people are not getting proper job opportunities according to their education level. Large number of people are educated, but the rate of unemployment is also rises day by day. Lack of access to the safe drinking water or sanitation, etc. साफ सुथरा पानी नहीं मिलता लोगों को पीने के लिए. There are lot of problems coming from sanitation level also. सफाई अच्छे से नहीं की जाती है, गंदगी है, टॉयलेट्स नहीं है घरों में. These all are the causes of poverty. Analysis of poverty based on social exclusion and vulnerability is now becoming very common these days. Now, what do you mean by social exclusion and vulnerability? So let me start with the social exclusion. Social exclusion means where people are excluded to get or to enjoy the benefits or the facilities which should be available to everyone, but these facilities are not available to those persons who are poor. Let me read this concept. According to this concept, poverty must be seen in terms of the poor. Now, who are poor? Explained to you. Having to live only in a poor surrounding with other poor people. वो उन लोगों के साथ रहते हैं जहाँ और गरीब लोग रहते हैं, मीन्स इन द स्लम एरियाज, झुग्गी झोपड़ी. दे आर एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम एंजॉइंग सोशल इक्वलिटी ऑफ बेटर ऑफ पीपल इन बेटर सराउंडिंग्स. सोशल एक्सक्लूजन can both a cause as well as a consequence of poverty in the usual sense. It is a cause as well as a consequence of poverty. Social exclusion एक कारण भी हो सकता है और अपने आप में परिणाम भी हो सकता है. It can be a cause or consequence of poverty. Broadly, it is a process through which individuals or groups are excluded from facilities, as I explained you, from benefits or from the opportunities that other people of the society are enjoying very nicely. Let me take an example. The working of the caste system in India, in which people belonging to certain caste are excluded from equal opportunities. Now, who are those persons, who are those society who are particularly excluded from equal opportunities or the facilities, or you can say the benefits? Those are like SCs, BCs, OBCs, these societies. Social exclusion thus may lead to, but can cause more damage than having a very low income. So this is known as social exclusion. Social exclusion thus may lead to से क्या होगा, but can cause more damage than, उसे कहीं कारण के अलावा उसे कहीं ज़्यादा नुकसान भी हो सकता है. हैविंग अ वेरी लो इनकम, लोगों की इनकम भी कम होना भी एक कारण है, और कम होने की वजह से भी पॉवर्टी राइज हो रही है. सो इट कैन बी अ कॉज एज वेल एज अ consequence. Now, what is vulnerability? Vulnerability to poverty is a measure which describes the greater probability of certain communities, say members of a backward caste or individuals such as a widow or a physically handicapped person, of becoming or remaining poor in the coming years. What is vulnerability? ये एक मेजरमेंट है जो हमें ये बता रहा है कितने लोगों की हमारी कम्युनिटीज़ के अंदर, चाहे वो इंडिविजुअल कोई पर्सन हो, कोई मेंबर हो बैकवर्ड क्लास का, या कोई विडो लेडी हो, या कोई फिजिकली हैंडिकेप्ड पर्सन हो, जो पुअर बनता जा रहा है या पुअर ही रह गया है, आने वाले सालों में भी पुअर ही रहेगा. इट इज़ कमिंग अंडर द vulnerability. So vulnerability is determined by the options available to different communities for finding an alternative living in terms of assets, education, health and job opportunities. In vulnerability, what is determining? The options available to different communities for finding an alternative living in terms of assets, education, health and job opportunities. Further, it is analyzed on the basis of the greater risk these groups face at the time of natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunami, terrorism. Means all these problems have to handle by this poor society. Additional analysis is made of the social and economic ability to handle these risks. Is that these persons are able to handle these risks, either social risk or social ability they are able to handle, economically they are able to handle, is that these risks they are able to handle. These things all are coming under vulnerability. In fact, vulnerability describes a greater probability of being more adversely affected than other people when bad time comes for everybody, whether a flood or an earthquake or simply a fall in the availability of jobs. Means the poor section of the society facing all these problems more than the other society, those who are rich, than other people who also faces bad situations in the life, but for them, for the vulnerable society, these risks are more than they think or we think. Next is poverty line. Dear children, I explained you what is poverty line. Poverty line is a line which divides the people who are poor and non-poor. Or you can write, it refers to a cut-off point which divides people of a region as poor and non-poor. To measure poverty, there are two measures. To measure poverty, there are two indicators. What are those indicators? That is income or consumption. A person is considered poor if his or her income or the consumption level falls below a given minimum level necessary to fulfill the basic needs. Children, this concept I want to explain you. Further explanation properly is not given here. Listen carefully what I am going to explain. There are two indicators through which poverty can be measured, or you can say poverty line cutoff may be determined either in terms of income or in terms of consumption. But if one is to choose between the two, that is consumption should be the definitely a preferred parameter than income. I repeat, अगर हमें इन दो पैरामीटर्स में से एक बेटर पैरामीटर बताना हो कंजप्शन और इनकम में से, देन विच वन इज़ द बेटर? Consumption, or you can say consumption expenditure, on the basis of which we are finding out who are poor or non-poor. What is the reason? Because consumption reflects actual use of the goods and services by an individual. हमारे खर्चे से पता चलता है कि एक्चुअली हम कितना खरीदने लायक हैं, हमारी जेब में क्या है. सिर्फ जेब में पैसा होने से नहीं बता सकते कि हम कितना खरीदेंगे. जब एक्चुअल में एक्सपेंडिचर होता है तब पता चलता है कि वी आर पुअर और नॉन पुअर, इन विच कैटेगरी वी आर कमिंग. While income only shows the capacity to purchase. I repeat the answer. If you have to choose one parameter, then which one is the better? That is consumption, which is preferred a parameter, a good parameter, a better parameter than income. Reason: consumption reflects actual use of the goods and services by an individual as well as the type of goods actually used, while income only shows the capacity to purchase. Let me give an example to you. If per capita expenditure of rupees 1500 per month is taken as a cutoff point, then those surviving on the monthly expenditure of less than rupees 1500 will be taken as non-poor. I repeat, if the per capita expenditure or the consumption expenditure, you can say, is considered of rupees 1500 per month, but a person who is able to do less than rupees 1500 expenditure will be taken as poor, and those making monthly expenditure of more than 1500 will be taken as non-poor. So the percentage, I am giving you a definition. Listen carefully and you can note down also. I can ask for 1 mark. Percentage of population below poverty line is called head count ratio. Clear? Percentage of population which is below poverty line is called head count ratio. Let me explain this concept to you in short. It refers to the measurement of poverty in terms of the number of persons below poverty line, but where poverty line means some cutoff point with respect to the individual consumption expenditure per month. Children, there is a concept. To go for the further explanation, we have to be clear about the types of poverty. There are two types of poverty: relative poverty and absolute poverty. Relative poverty refers to poverty across different classes, regions, or countries. But absolute poverty is used as a measure of absolute poverty. It is a concept of poverty line which is used as a measure of absolute poverty. Poverty line, as I explained to you, refers to the cutoff point that divides people of a region as poor and non-poor. There are certain important points. It need to be noted also. In India, persons who spend rupees 816 on consumption in rural areas and rupees 1000 in urban areas per month are treated as those below the poverty line. I repeat, person who spend rupees 816 on consumption in rural areas and rupees 1000 in urban areas per month are treated as those below the poverty line. Now, let me start reading and explain side by side to you. What is necessary to satisfy the basic needs is different at different times and in different countries. As you people knew very well that as our demand changes from time to time, our need changes according to the different situations at the different places and in the different countries. Suppose there's raining today and there's a need of umbrella, but maybe at the same time you are not present at your own city and you are somewhere else at that place where there is no rain. It means there is no need of umbrella. So your need changes according to the place, or it may be due to the changes in country. So need arises according to the situations. Another example you can take, you people like to spend your vacation went to Shimla. Okay, so when you are in Shimla, maybe there is a need of umbrella at that time. There must be raining, or the weather is like you want umbrella at that time. It may be costly also from where you have to purchase, but at that time when you call your parent or your family member that what is the atmosphere in Hisar, and you will come to know that weather is okay, there is no rain at all, so there is no need of umbrellas maybe in Hisar, but there is need of umbrella in Shimla. So what it means, need arises according to the situation, according to the place. Likewise, poverty also varies from time to time and place to place. Is that the population rate is always same in all the areas? No. So how we can say that poverty line also, or poverty also, the number of poor people also remains same in all the places, in all the areas, or in all the countries? They may also varies with time and places also. समय के साथ धीरे धीरे हम गरीबी को कम कर रहे हैं, गरीबी रेखा से नीचे आने वाले लोगों को अब उसे अपलिफ्ट किया जा रहा है. Each country uses an imaginary line that is considered appropriate for its existing level of development and its accepted minimum social norms. For example, for this, a person not having a car in the US may be considered poor. But in India, if we have a car, it will be considered a luxury for us. Because in the United States, every person having his own car. But in India, we own a car for a family. So it becomes a luxury for us. While determining the poverty line in India, a minimum level of food requirement, clothing, footwear, fuel, and light, educational and medical requirements, etc., determined for subsistence. These are our normal needs which we require in our day-to-day life. So these all things considered as the essential requirements of our life. These physical quantities are multiplied by the prices in rupees. The present formula for food requirement while estimating the poverty line is based on the desired calorie requirement. I explained you this concept about calorie requirement also, children, in the starting. Food items such as cereals, pulses, vegetable, milk, oil, sugar, etc. together provide these needed calories. I think it's clear to you, children. The calorie needs vary depending on age, on sex, and the type of work that a person does. It depends upon age to age. Is that the eating habits of a child having 1 year or a child of 14 years is the same? Obviously not. So our demand changes from our age level. It depends upon our age. It depends that a person is a male or a female. Obviously, that girls wear skirts, boys will not. So, according to the fashion, we will go. Our demands also change. According to the sex, we also demand our things. Like a female demands something else, and male demands something else. And the type of person and the type of work also that a person do. Suppose a person is a laborious one, he works more compared to the person who works less in a day. So, who will demand more? Whose demand will increase in calories? Obviously, who works more in a day. So, it's to be accepted that the average calorie requirement in India is 2400 calories per day by per person in rural areas and 2100 calories by per person per day in urban areas. Now, what is the reason? Because the person who belong to rural areas are more laborious, they work more, they are hard workers, that's why they need more calories to intake. But the persons who belong from urban areas need less calories to intake. Reason? They are less laborious compared to the persons of rural areas. They work less compared to the rural persons. Since people living in rural areas engage themselves in more physical work, so calorie requirements in rural areas are considered to be higher than in urban areas. I think it is clear to you children. I explained to you now only. So the monetary expenditure per capita needed for buying these calorie requirements in terms of food grains etc. is revised periodically taking into consideration the rise in prices. I explained to children that what is the expenditure of in the rural areas and what is the consumption expenditure of the people in urban areas. That is rupees 816 in rural area and 1000 in urban areas. These points to be noted can be asked for 1 mark. 816 per month for rural areas and 1000 for urban areas. In the previous page also, these lines are important. 2400 calories by the persons belong to rural areas and 2100 calories persons belong to urban areas. So, this paragraph need to be read. I think you people can do reading for this. Let me read for you once. So the less calorie requirement, the higher amount for urban areas has been fixed because of high prices of many essential products in urban centers. Why there is need of high expenditure by the persons of urban areas? What is the reason? Reason is the things are available at high prices. Those essential products are available at high prices in the urban centers. That's why the expenditure by the urban areas has been fixed as rupees 1000. In this way, in the year 2011-12, a family of 5 members living in rural areas and earning less than rupees 4080 per month will be below the poverty line. A similar family in the urban areas would need a minimum of rupees 5000 to meet their basic requirements. So the poverty line is estimated. This is an example, children. Example. The poverty line is estimated periodically, normally every 5 years. Need to be noted. The poverty line is estimated periodically, normally every 5 years by conducting sample surveys. पॉवर्टी लाइन का एस्टिमेशन पीरियडिकली कैसे किया जाता है? थ्रू सैम्पल सर्वेज. और इन सैम्पल सर्वे को कौन कैरी आउट करता है? इट इज़ कैरीड आउट बाय द नेशनल सैम्पल सर्वे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. दैट इज ऑल्सो 1 mark क्वेश्चन. Who conduct sample surveys? Answer is National Sample Survey Organization. Or what is the full form of NSSO? That is National Sample Survey Organization. What is the full form of NSSO? National Sample Survey Organization. However, for making comparisons between developing countries, many international organizations like the World Bank use a uniform standard for the poverty line, that is minimum availability of the equivalent of $1.90 per person per day. that is availability of income. So different comparisons are there which are available to us. Dear children, kindly go through with this concept today. Take reading up to page number 32 completely. Next topic is given as poverty estimates. Kindly do reading. Next time we will start with the next lecture with the next topic, vulnerable groups. Okay, I think everything is clear to you. If still there is any query, you people can ask personally in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.